The park is set in a dystopian future where a mysterious disease has killed off every person who's ever gone through puberty. As a result, only prepubescent children are left to roam the earth. Society has collapsed, with the children forming various tribes and groups in order to hunt and survive together. There's an unsettling and sinister tone to the film's beginning when we meet a young boy playing in the woods. Two older kids in animal masks approach him, demanding he hand over his backpack. When the boy pulls out a screwdriver to defend himself, one of the attackers, a girl, pulls out a machete and kills the boy. It's not followed by an ounce of remorse or hesitation, making it clear that this is likely not the first murder these preteens have committed. After killing their victim, they search his backpack for supplies. Sadly, there's nothing of use, just some toy cars, further emphasizing the tender age of these kids and juxtaposing the grown-up violence with the childlike wonder and innocence. This powerful dichotomy is explored in much greater detail when the two kids, Inez and Buey, stumble upon an abandoned theme park. They can see someone lives there, and whoever it is has a plentiful supply of water, something Inez and Buey desperately need. While Buey stays behind on watch, Inez fakes a leg injury and enters the park. There, she encounters another girl, Quinn, who pulls a gun on her but then offers to give her some water after determining she's not an immediate threat. Pretending to be friendly and make small talk, Inez reveals she's going to the city to look for a kid genius who supposedly made a vaccine. Getting the opportunity, Inez grabs her gun, but it is fake. She calls out to Buey in panic. That girl scares Inez and forces her to retreat. Inez steps on a nail and faints. When she regains consciousness, she sees that the girl is treating her injury. It's clear Quinn is not a killer but rather a gentle soul trying to make the most of a bad situation. Disarmed by the unexpected kindness, Inez quickly softens, and the two slowly become friends. Quinn tells that she is working on her project Al-Shifa, for which she needs a team. It's an ancient Persian book, it means the healing. She is not religious, but they say that if you can recite all of Al-Shifa to a sick man, he will be cured. Inez thinks she is the kid genius. Quinn is the one she has been looking for. Quinn reveals she, too, is working on a cure, but not for the virus. Instead, she wants to cure the fear and loss of hope and innocence that comes with getting older. Inez freaks out and says the twisted shit these kids are doing to each other. It's a sickness. We're all sick, inside and out. She haven't noticed that is in short supply these days. Meantime, Buey comes and attacks her from behind, due to which there is a slight injury on her face and she punches Buey and runs away. Buey gives her machete, then they search for Quinn so that they can steal her resources. Quinn cleverly makes them unconscious. The next day, when Inez regains consciousness, she finds Buey pumping water by cycling. Quinn says we're gonna die anyway, so why waste time? Why not kill each other? Quinn suddenly pushes her on the water slide and then she herself jumps on it. The girls fall into the water while enjoying the water slide together. This is where the friendship between them begins. Inez was fed up of killing and of her struggling life. So when she found a pure-hearted girl who wants to spend the rest of her life enjoying with everyone. So Inez also got the desire to live life like her. Meanwhile, the Blue Meanie group are heading towards the theme park. In flashback, Inez used to be quite a timid child before joining the squad. But when all the adults were over, she had to become a cold-blooded killer to keep herself alive. Because if she did not do this, then some strong child would have killed her to get resources. In the present, Inez and Quinn have become best friends, but Buey does not like this thing. He is focused on finding the genius who made the vaccine. Quinn shows her stuff in the cabinet which contains a real gun. Inez asks why she carries a fake gun when she got the real thing. She tells never let the enemy know the true power of your forces. Sun Tzu wrote that. She asks whether Inez is in her team now. Inez promises not to leave until she helps her reinstate the park. She gets to know from Quinn in a matter of words that the boy she killed for water was her younger brother. She is shocked because now she has considered Quinn as her good friend. Quinn is not aware that her brother's death. That's why Inez also keeps the truth hidden from her. Inez brings the key to release him, but she mistakenly brought the wrong key. She advised him to apologize, and Quinn will set him free. Buey says he can't tell lie like her. Inez come back to Quinn. In the evening when they are trying to repair the electricity connection, Inez tells that her entire childhood was spent in the hospital because she used to be ill. She never met her parents, so she used to read a lot of survival books to pass the time in the hospital. They get successful in repairing the electricity connection. Quinn is overjoyed as her dream is coming true. Inez takes the key and goes to release Buey, but he starts troubling her by saying that if he tells Quinn that Inez killed her brother, their friendship will break. Hearing this, she angrily replies that don't forget that she had saved him from every trouble for the last 2 years. She leaves angrily, giving Buey the key tied to the knife. Buey released himself and reaches Inez. Quinn is also there. He angrily tells Inez that it's time for us to leave now. You have to choose between the two of us. Quinn says he needs to take a chill pill. When Quinn pushes him, a screwdriver falls from his bag, which belongs to Luca. On seeing it, she understands everything. She angrily tells them to leave. Suddenly, Quinn's health begins deteriorating, because perhaps she hit puberty and the virus has started affecting her. Inez tries to handle her, but then the children of the Blue Meanie group arrived. Seeing Buoy runs away with Inez, the Blue Meanies chase them, and after a brief skirmish, they escaped. The next morning, Buoy finds a diary in Quinn's bag. He throws it into the water, but Inez does not like this thing. That's why she goes into the water to get the diary, but she doesn't know how to swim. Buoy jumps into the water to save her, but he too does not know swimming either. He begins drowning, then Inez saves him and brings him out. In this way, both of them become good friends again. Together they make a plan that instead of running away from Blue Meanie, they will eliminate them. The next day, when they are faced with Blue Meanie, they attack and defeat them. When Buoy is about to shoot, Inez stops him. She is sure that now Blue Meanie has got an idea of their power. Now they will not attack again. When they are leaving, a girl writes to them and explains that they can help. Inez's health starts deteriorating. The virus has started affecting her too. Next, Inez finds herself in a hospital-like place. A teenage boy writes to her and tells her that now she has been cured. Inez tries to ask how this thing became possible, but she can't speak. That boy tells that his emergency laryngectomy has been done. Now she has survived the virus infection, but she will never be able to speak. She has to pay a small price to stay alive. She finds many teenagers like herself outside. She understands that actually, Blue Meanie group got the cure for the virus, but because they used to carry weapons, they mistook them for it. Buoy's treatment has also been successful, and now both are very happy. Now they set out on a mission to find other children, so that they can help them too. In the next scene, we see them sitting under a tree. A small girl approaches them and points a gun and asks them for the bag. Inez traps her upside down and then gives her an apple to eat. Now she also brings her to the Blue Meanie group so that she can be treated. So, friends, this was the story of the Park movie. An attempt has been made to show us through a pandemic that we only give knowledge of books to our children. While there are struggles in real life, it is entirely different from the world of books. Like here, since all the adults were dead, the children had to take initiative to keep themselves alive. And the children who could not do this had to lose their lives. But there were some smart kids here who figured out that if they remove the larynx, their lives will be saved. It has been shown from the character of Quinn that even if we have only 4 days left to live, but we should also spend these 4 days with happiness and laughter. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.